What's up everybody, Lego Gabe here, and welcome back to another Lego review video. And today we have the Lego Ninjago Kai's Mech Jet. It's a set number 71707 for ages 7 and up with 217 pieces. And yes, that is true. That's a lot of sevens. This set was released in 2020 for about 20 bucks. It comes with 2 minifigures, 2 vehicles, and 1 little accessory build. This is a 2-in-1 set. It can be rebuilt into a mech and a jet, hence the name Mech Jet. Our first minifigure here is Digikai. So this is a new version of Kai for Ninjago Season 12, which is completely unique other than all their other suits they've been reusing through like 3 seasons in a row, which is pretty ridiculous. But yeah, so they also came with a new series of face prints since the Ninjago movie, so that's pretty cool. So we'll just start off with that. So for the ninja wrap here, or his mask, this is a dual molded piece, I believe. It's red and white with a little black and blue symbol up there. And then underneath, he's got this digital screen, and then he does have an alternate expression where he does look quite shocked. And then he's got this new white armor piece that is a scabbard to hold 2 katanas. It looks pretty big and clunky though. And then the back here has a little pole connection here where you can insert this pole, and this pole is it's like a lightsaber bar with this new piece. It's to indicate the life count of the character, because they are in a video game in this series. And then what the heck? Oh, I saw a shadow. I thought it was like a giant spider or something. And then he's got a lot of white detail on his suit. So like almost half of it is white, and then the rest is all red, and he's got like some black straps. And then they got this new game controller weapon handle, which I think is amazing. Wait, hold on. Let me show you what it looks like with the mask on. And so I love this new controller because it's amazing. Like, you can use it for having your figure play video games. This is our first controller piece. Usually it's a 1x2 tile that's printed, and then we have these weapons. They came in like a little accessory pack or whatever. They're silver for season 9 of Ninjago, gold for season 10, I believe, and now there's translucent neon green for season 12. And then he's got these light green swords. It's pretty much like a pale green. And yeah, that's pretty much it for Kai. Our next minifigure here is Richie, and Richie has this new rat mold. Or he's like a giant rat. He's got this new rat mold head, which I think is pretty cool. It's got this little black and pink visor, and then he's got a little hole in the top to fit this ponytail piece, which does have to be moved to the side because of his life count. His is more of like a blank orangish thing, where Kai's is like a bit more detail on his. But yeah. And then he's like a pink rat from this rat gang from season 12. I like to call him the Rat Pack just because it rhymes. Kind of sounds like a band. I don't know. Let me know if it is in the comments down below. And then he's got this black version of Kai's armor, so it's exactly the same. And he's got these orange katanas in there. And he's got this black version of the controller, which is black and red. So I think it's pretty cool. And he's got these translucent neon orange pieces in there. And then he's got like some black printed armor, and then he also has like some 8-bit prints on there, which is pretty cool. And let me take off the armor and show you what he looks like without it. So here's what it looks like without all that clunky armor. So yeah, he's got like some more details there on the back. And I forgot to show you Kai. Here's Kai. And then yeah, so this is kind of yeah, in my last Ninjago set, I believe it was Cole's speeder car. They didn't have any armor because of the 4+ set, so you already got to see what he looked like without it. But yeah. Our first build here is a vehicle. This is a hoverboard, I believe. I know it's a hoverboard, but it's made out of a surfboard. It's got this boomerang piece on the bottom, this 1x1 clip with a translucent neon orange piece, and then. So this is for Richie, so you can just stand him on there like that, and then, yeah. So it's pretty much that basic, not much to it. Our next build is this translucent orange Kitana build. So it's built off of these clear pieces to make it look like it's just like a floating thing, kind of like Mario Kart mystery boxes or whatever. But it's got this sticker. This is a stickered piece, so that, yeah. And then the Kitana here is a new molded piece. So it's got like kind of a cross axle shape. So that way you could, because some of the sets you would stick it in, you'd turn it, and it would activate a play feature, which is really cool. This set doesn't have any Kitana play features, it's just for detail. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this. Our next build is Kai's Mech. Yeah, just the mech. And so, on the back of it, we'll start off with this jetpack. One thing I don't like about it is how very loose it is. So it's very, very loose. So if you didn't have the arms touching it and causing friction, then they would fall during play, kind of like that. So yeah, that's pretty annoying. I would have wished they used like hinge clips or something instead of these little, or like the click hinge, not like these little weak ones. And then here on the front we have the big clunky not mechanism, but like the cockpit area. So is this big build here. This is a stickered sloped piece. And then to put the minifigure in, you put these studs on the back of their legs like this. So you just put them right there, and then you just put this up and it holds them in place. You have to take the swords out though, and luckily there are clips on the arms. So this one here, you would put it in kind of like that, and then the other one would go on the other arm like that, which is just pretty cool. It just adds more detail and it's convenient. One thing I like about this is that this part holds up the wings, so that's pretty cool if you're posing it. And this arm is a stud shooter arm. So if you don't know how stud shooters work, you just push on this and it shoots the stud. And then over here we have this new blade piece for season 12, I believe. I think it's a new piece. I'm just gonna take them out of there. So yeah, and then the fingers are little tooth pieces, so you can't really move them. It's just stuck like this. It's just a sword. And yeah, and then the legs kind of look like he's wearing sneakers, which is weird. And then he's got some more stickered sloped pieces over here. And then yeah, and then so there's a ball joint on the legs, there's a ball joint for the knee, but you can't bend the knees though. So like just two ball joints in the legs, two ball joints in the arms, and then that's pretty much it for the mech jet. And here we have sorry about that. And here we have the second build for Kai's Mech Jet. So this is the jet version. And then there's lots of downfalls about this part of the set. So let's just go ahead and get into that. These two builds are exactly the same, so there's nothing different about that. So are the minifigures. So here, the Mech Jet is it's a pretty small and simple build. In the show, he had this first, and then he hit a power-up thing, and then he transformed into the mech. So yeah, that replaces the whole play feature thing. But I mean, still looks pretty cool. Just one of the downfalls is that it's pretty skinny looking, and another downfall is these are all the extra pieces left over. So, I mean, it would have been better if they found a way to use as many of those as they can. And then he doesn't even get his sword, or his Digiblade, as I like to call it in here, because it's the controller. And then he doesn't even get a spot to hold his katanas. So yeah, that's not very cool. But I mean, it still looks pretty cool. I mean, the hood can open up and you could probably hide stuff in there. And then the stud shooters are here on the sides. And then you got the blades for the wings, which is pretty cool. And yeah, but it's pretty skinny and scrawny build. The box is a classic $20 box size we see all the time. Here we have artwork for Digikai, and then over here on this side we got more artwork for Digikai. And then on the back, you can see the Mech Jet version, so like more J artwork, and then, yeah. So it's pretty much like this would be the front, or this could be the front. I like to think of this one as the front, because Mech comes first in the name, so it's Mech Jet. The set comes with 2 instruction booklets. The first one is for the mech, so this one is followed step by step with building the bags properly. And in the back we have the Winloid, we have the piece list, some artwork for Prime Empire, and then over here we have a Lego Life ad. And then the second one is the jet. So you don't have to follow these both at the same time because you can't build them both. So like if you finish this one, then you get that set. Or unless you want this one, then you start this one first. But with this, you would have to dump out both bags at the same time. And you don't even use all the pieces. But on the back, there's no advertisements, no piece list or anything. It's just this. So overall, I think this is a good set for 20 bucks is what you get included. The only thing I don't like is I don't like the jetpack of the jet, or of the mech, how it's so easily floppy and not very strong. And I don't like how the mech, or how the jet has so many leftover pieces. I think that's just ridiculous. But, well, the minifigure selection I think is fine for 20 bucks. You get Richie and Kai, although Richie is used in a lot of the sets, so is his buddy Hausner. And yeah, so I think I'd rate the set 6 out of 10 because I love the mech. The mech's great. And don't get me wrong, the jet is good too. It's just, I mean, it doesn't compare to the mech. I mean, forgot to point out, this is kind of similar to the jetpack build of the mech. But yeah, so let me know what you would rate this set in the comments down below, and make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.